3 hours lost in a video game, but 10 minutes answering emails feels impossible. If you've ever wondered why motivation snaps on for play and vanishes for work, science has an answer. ADHD isn't a matter of willpower. It's a brain wired for instant results, proven by a meta-analysis of 37 studies. The truth about focus is about to upend everything you thought you knew. You stare at the blinking cursor. The email has 3 lines left, but your mind drifts, your body tenses, and suddenly, you are scrolling your phone or lost in another tab. Yet the same brain that freezes on a 10-minute task can play a video game for hours without a single break. Friends and coworkers call it laziness or accuse you of not caring enough. The truth feels heavier. You want to finish. You know exactly what needs to be done, but the energy just will not come. At night, guilt piles up. Why can you focus on leveling up a character but not on replying to a simple message? For millions of adults, this is not a lack of effort. It is a daily battle that nobody else can see. The gap between what you can do and what you cannot is real, and it is not about willpower. Researchers have put the so-called motivation gap under the microscope. A meta-analysis covering more than 24 studies compared how people with and without ADHD respond to rewards. The numbers leave little room for doubt. Individuals with ADHD are far more likely to choose a smaller immediate reward over a larger delayed one. The effect size is not subtle. Studies report a consistent, measurable preference for immediacy. In experimental settings, when given the option between $10 now or $20 in a week, ADHD participants select the immediate payout at rates up to twice as high as controls. This pattern holds across money, tokens, and even points in games. The data confirm what lived experience has been saying all along. The difference is not about caring less, it is about how the brain weighs time and consequence. Science has measured the paradox, and the results are clear. Brain scans offer hard proof that ADHD is not a matter of attitude, but wiring. Positron emission tomography. PTE imaging studies led by researchers like Dr. Nora Volkov reveal a striking pattern. Adults with ADHD show lower availability of dopamine D2 and D3 receptors and reduced dopamine transporter density in the brain's reward and motivation centers, the nucleus accumbens and the midbrain. These markers are not just numbers, they map directly onto real-life symptoms. The lower the dopamine signal in these regions, the worse the inattention, and the stronger the pull toward immediate rewards. Functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, studies echo this, showing reduced activation in the ventral striatum and the prefrontal cortex during tasks that require focus or anticipation of rewards. This is not a simple case of low dopamine. It is a more tangled disruption. Dopamine signals are altered, not just missing. The result is the brain's ability to connect effort with future payoff is fundamentally compromised, making everyday tasks feel like pushing a boulder uphill with no end in sight. Dr. Russell Barkley calls this phenomenon temporal myopia. He describes ADHD as a kind of nearsightedness to time, where behavior is pulled toward whatever is happening now, not what might pay off weeks from today. The ADHD individual's behavior is governed more than normal by events close to or within the temporal now and immediate context, rather than by internal information about long-term results or future events. The science backs him up. In controlled experiments, researchers offered adults with ADHD real immediate rewards for finishing tasks, tokens, small prizes, a visible payout right after completion. The results were striking. Task completion rates nearly doubled compared to when the reward was delayed. It was not about caring more or working harder. The difference was the timing of the consequence. When feedback is instant, the ADHD brain can engage. When feedback is delayed, motivation collapses. This is not a character flaw, it is a proven neurological reality. Video games are built to deliver a flood of feedback every few seconds. Points rack up, sounds ping, achievements flash across the screen. Each action triggers a fresh burst of dopamine, creating a feedback loop that keeps attention locked in place. The design is not accidental. Game mechanics use variable reward schedules and constant novelty, both proven to heighten motivation and reinforce behavior. For the ADHD brain, this means every tap, click, or move is answered with immediate consequence, a system that bypasses sluggish baseline dopamine and supplies the phasic bursts needed to stay focused. It is a consequence machine, engineered for engagement. Immediate feedback isn't just a gaming feature, it is the backbone of every effective ADHD strategy. Body doubling brings a second person into the room, in person or on a video call, creating real-time accountability. Pomodoro timers offer visible countdowns and a clear reward at the end of each work block. Breaking projects into 5-minute micro-tasks means more frequent check-ins and chances to win. Gamified apps like Habitica and Forest turn chores into point-earning missions. These tools mirror the effect of stimulant medication by boosting the saliency of each task. Clinical trials show that when external rewards are built in, task completion rates can double. The right environment changes everything. Right now, millions of people face demands their brains can't meet without redesign. The science is clear. It's the system, not the person, that must adapt. What consequence system works for you?